Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing and Trading Live. Once again, my name is Josh Lilquist. Today is the 26th of October, Thursday to be exact. We are looking at about 9:10 in the a.m. Central Time. Market's been open for about 40 minutes. And yes, we are continuing to see that drop in the market. And we're really being held down by what's been propping this market up for so long is that those magnificent seven. You have Google, Meta, Apple, even Tesla. I haven't even looked at Netflix, but I'm assuming Netflix is bringing that down as well. Amazon down 2% today. So that's what we're going to discuss here on the show here today as far as the continuation of the drop in the market really being driven by those tech stocks. It was especially with tech being down over 1% again today, over 1% yesterday. So we'll discuss that. We will check out our Forex opportunities that we've been short on, I believe, the last week or so. We probably won't scan for options today, but we do have the volatility spiking up. But then again, when you have a market cratering, you got to be willing to possess ownership of some of these stocks. That being said, there is risk in trading and investing. You can and will lose money at one point in your life. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only, mainly mine, but hopefully you find it entertaining as well. Basically, this is your decision, not mine. That being said, S&P 500, 415.17 right now. We're looking at SPY ETF, continuing that drop over the past few weeks here. We are about down 6% since October 17th, so about 10 days or so. So the market continuing to drop. We have been dropping from that area at 438. And quite frankly, I don't really see any quality demand zones anywhere near current price. That being said, there is a trend line for those trend line traders that we are at right now, where it's touched 1, 2, 3 times. So we are probably going to see a trend line break here. But that being said, a trend line is not a trading indicator or a trading mechanism. It's just saying what the trend has been doing. So that being said, it's a potential it could hold. Never know. But I would see this thing continuing to drop. I don't really see any major supplier demand zones. Quite frankly, on a daily chart, nothing looking good there. Let's look at a weekly just to see if there's anything to talk about there. Not necessarily. Look at the SPX. Nothing to really talk about. So we could see a nice little drop here. We'll see that. We'll check that out moving forward. So currently S&P is down 0.64% on the day. Dow Jones Industrial Average currently at 329.79, down 0.16% of the day. Not as bad as the others, but yet it did gap down ever so slightly, and we're showing weakness on the day. It had some strength right away at the beginning of the day, but now we're weak on the day. Low on the percent Bollinger Band. That's your Dow Jones Industrial Average. That one, I don't see any quality demand zones. We have a couple pivots, one at 325 and one at 315. So we will see what happens when we get down there. All that being said, they're not quality in my mind. NASDAQ, QQQ, 346.22. This one down 1.17% of the day. The Magnificent Seven bringing these down. No major quality zones here. Quite frankly, I like seeing this going down to 281. Now, will it get down there? I have no idea. But I'll tell you what. When it gets down there, I know what I'd like to do there. So that being said, that's your QQQ, your NASDAQ, down 1.24% on the day as we speak. IWM, which is the Russell, currently at 164.10. This one down, actually up on the day. This one's been a little bit different than the others, but it's been leading the charge to the downside from the highs of 198 all the way down to 164 since, quite frankly, the end of July. This one here, same story. We are at a pivot right now. But this one, if we break this pivot, we'll probably see it get down to the 150 area. So opportunities for those of you that are shorting the market. If you don't know what shorting is, get some education, learn what that is. Basically profiting in a down market. XLE is down on the day, 1.04% on the day. XLU, which is utilities, is up 1.4% on the day. Gold and silver are down. Oil is down, which is, I'm talking about USO. The real estate ETF is up 1.9%. But yeah, going back to oil, down 1.72% on the day. Gapped lower, but we're seeing some strength on the day, right as we speak. As I mentioned earlier, volatility is up 4.6% on the day. It's been getting weaker as the day has gone on. So that being said, it is getting back up to the highs. We were looking to see that go up to over $23 again. Crude oil spot price per barrel, $83.28, down 2.5% on the day. So a little bit of a bigger drop there, coming right off that supply zone that we talked about. Looks like we're at about a 1 to a 3 to 1 right now. Just beautiful. So gold, just ever so slightly down on the day, has not got up to our supply zone. I do like that supply zone at 2008, but currently at $1,975.44 as we speak. Kind of hesitating at the pivot here at this area where it's at now, so I don't see this holding. If it does, we'll probably get down to the 1921, but probably go back up again. Silver, $22.62, down 1% on the day. This one's lagging compared to your gold market. So that's your major commodities update. Bitcoin is down a little bit today, but then again, very strong over the past week or so, week and a half, up about 32% since October 10th, 12th. Looking good for you Bitcoin holders. And I got to go look at HNT. We've been hovering around that $1.45 mark for a long time. We are now currently at 162. Way to go, HNT, which is Helium mobile cell network. Been mining that for over a year now. I do like that one. All right, that's your cryptocurrency update. Our euro dollar short bias looking good. Got about 140 pips on that one on the downside. The Aussie dollar short bias as well, about 118 pips to the downside. Our pound dollar did not get to entry, so we are still waiting to see what happens with that. Our Aussie yen has not gotten to entry with our long bias as well. And our Aussie New Zealand short bias just missed our entry point by about, I think I talked about this the other day, but by about 10 pips. So still waiting to see on that one. That being said, I don't believe we have any other opportunities to speak about. Actually, we have a short bias now. Yes, we do. A short bias. Let's see here. Going back to our 4-hour. Yes, we do have a short bias now with Aussie New Zealand. We will get a red dot on that one. We will wait till it gets back up to the 87.50 area before we even look at it. Nothing for the dollar Swissy. Nothing for the euro yen. Same as the dollar Canadian. And the dollar yen is also in a wait and see mode. So we got a couple opportunities there. Some we don't. Okay, let's get to our stock market since we are seeing another drop in the market. NVIDIA down 2.25%, continuing their slump from their highs, down about 18% from their highs. So this is bringing the market down. Apple down 1.29%. This one here, we talked about this a while back. We're down about 14% from its highs, so very similar. Tesla down 1.88% on the day. Currently down 30% from their highs. I do like a couple of zones lower. I like it at the 180 area or 160 area. Meta down 5.75%. I believe they had earnings today. Yesterday they had great earnings, but whatever they said, did not like the stock. So this one down bigly, quite frankly. In the last 2 days, we're down almost 10%. So for those Meta traders, not looking too good. Old Zucks isn't doing too good. Any major note? Okay, Google almost down 3%. This one's been taking a beating as well. Great earnings on Tuesday this week. Tuesday had great earnings surprise, 6.26% on the upside, and almost a percent surprise on the revenue. For whatever they said, it did not look good for investors. Currently down from their highs, 14%. So they're all between 12 and 14%. Some of those Magnificent Seven. Snapchat's still down. Snapchat's been a dog for a long time now. 3M is actually up. Any other notables? UPS is down 5%. Ooh-wee. And I talked about this the other day. Earnings were good, though. But the revenue was down big time. We were talking about shorting that well back in probably July. Currently from July, we're down about 20%. 28%. That being said, we did have an options opportunity for those of you that did want to get into that. Wow, they've had great earnings. Great earnings for a long time. But that being said, there might be an opportunity still. Earnings is done. So basically what's happening here is you're catching a falling knife. So you want to be very careful with this. I want to say the 35s was the strike price. So that being said, it was a very risky trade. I do like a demand zone down to 120. That's UPS. GE is down 3% on the day. Been one of the outer performers for a long time now. Schwab is down, up 3.77%. So good job, Schwabi. Any other major notables? Oh, yeah, Netflix. Netflix is not as down as I thought it would be. It's actually up basically even on the day, 411.58. And rounding out your stocks, Nike is down 2.66%. Still looking good from that options opportunity we talked about. I did not get in that investment because of earnings, but that being said, some people probably did that. Down to $100.78 as we speak. And TKO up 3% on the day. Nice job, WWE, which is Endeavor Group Holdings. So that is your market update of the day. We are seeing continuing volatility in the markets. All major markets are down now except for the IWM. So for those of you that are holding, matter of fact, I had an article that came out last night about the old 401k. For those of you that have 401ks, check out the article from Market Watch. It's the Apple Music or Apple News. It was a great article about the buy and hope or put your money and let it sit for the long term is just not working for people anymore. So if you have 401ks, it might be time to do something a little bit different if you haven't thought about that. We are seeing that next continuation of a drop in the market, and it's going to be a quiet one because institutions are shorting this, and we can do the same thing in the markets, is profiting these down markets. So when things are quiet, be very cautious to what's happening in the markets and act accordingly to protect those retirement accounts, so that way you don't have your 401k turn into a 201k. Make sure to subscribe and like the button. Smash that subscribe button on the podcast, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, check out our website, investingandtradinglive.com, for any insight on that. And as always, we'll do another show tomorrow. I almost forgot how to end the show. As always, Collect your profits when they are given to you and protect your losses, keeping them small. Until next time, retire young, my friends.